Hello and welcome along then to the Asia and Oceania regional final for the 2021 Rising Stars series. We're going to none other than Chang International Circuit, and this time, Jacob, there's a little bit of an extra challenge for them as well.
Yeah, there certainly is. The wet weather monsoon season has hit Buriram. So as we head to the Chang International Circuit in Thailand, as you said, there's a little bit of extra dilemmas at play for our 11 finalists. So without further ado, let's hand over to your commentary team of Jack Appleyard and Jack Gorst to talk you through this Asia and Oceania final. Hello and a very warm welcome to this Rising Stars series final, this time for Asia and Oceania. Packed grid here at Buriram with a place in the 2022 MotoGP eSport Pro Draft up for grabs. On pole position, Malaysia's Sai Pixel. Second on the grid, going the way of R. Ren on the factory Yamaha. And completing that front row is the factory Ducati man of, I don't know.
Fourth place is Ike 13. And then in fifth place, we do have the Petronas Yamaha of RATW. And in sixth place, hopefully we get across to see the name this time. Not quite the number 35, not too sure. It was a Malaysian rider anyway.
Sciafic Racer, another of the Malaysians. Ahead of Atok Awesome on the third row of the grid, and then we've got the factory Aprilia machine completing row number 3.
And completing the grid is Tomo, the Australian, on the back of the grid. So let's get ready to go racing in the wet in Thailand.
This is Jack Appleyard and Jack Gorst here, talking you through the action. It's going to be a spicy one, this. The wet weather conditions will certainly prove difficult. Saya Pixel will start from pole position, Lights out and we're off here. And it's a good start from the Repsol Honda man. It's not a great start from the man on the outside of the front row of the grid. That's Adim Maiman as they get a little bit of contact through that opening corner. But it's Saya Pixel that comes through to control the race just about. Ren from Taiwan just tucked in behind, and then around the outside, the factory KTM of Eki trying to roll around the outside, contact, and he gets absolutely boshed out the way, does the pole man.
Oh, wow.
Sciafic Racer completely takes him out of contention and then goes down himself. Well, what drama we've got on the opening half a lap here. Saya Pixel, the pole man on the Repsol Honda, will be devastated.
Unbelievable. So many crashes that only 3 of them escaped unscathed. That is quite remarkable. So Ike, number 13 on the Red Bull factory KTM, has escaped with the lead after this. Aren on the factory Yamaha is second, and Adam Iman 43 on the factory Ducati. I wonder if he's a Jack Miller fan with number 43. Is in third place. So it looks like then already it's going to be a 3-horse race to decide who gets this place in the 2022 Pro Draft.
Tomo has gone down again, our only Australian compatriot, or competitor should I say, in this one. Still a long way to go though, 10-lap race, let's not forget, although Aki is already just stretching out a little bit of a lead over the factory Yamaha man of R. Ren from Taiwan. Then of course the factory Ducati man there in third at the moment of Adam Mayman.
Now, of course, we do have to say, as they come down to complete lap 1, this is the first time for the Rising Series final, regional final, that it has been run in the wet as well. So, certainly it's going to be a very different challenge to these guys, but I'm sure that all these guys racing from Asia and out of that part of the world, I'm sure they're very, very used to racing in the wet anyway, particularly in MotoGP eSports. We look back then. Ooh. So, coming out in 4th place is a Sciafic Racer that has nicked 4th place after all the chaos and carnage on lap 1, with MZ behind him on the Red Bull, on the Tech-Free machine. And on the Petronas Yamaha, it's RATW, who's just about to dive down the inside. It's going to look on an NCA side. Can he get it stopped? Yes, he does get it stopped. Lovely. Blocks the line off. He's going to get it stood up on the fat part of the tyre and launch it out up into 5th then. Great job.
Yeah, lovely move that. Absolutely perfect here at Buriram. That's exactly how you gain a place here around the Chang International Circuit. Great work from the Petronas Yamaha man. At the front though, still Eki leading the way. Under a second now his lead over Aren, with Adam Ayman still there in third. It looks as though it's going to be a difficult job already for those guys 4th and below. Already a gap of over 5.5 seconds between the rear wheel of Adam Mayman in third. We can see going quite wide there, and Sciafic Racer in 4th. So it's going to be a challenge for them. They're going to need some drama out front if they want to close in and take that spot in the 2022 Pro Draft. Yep. So far, this is a good lap coming from RN though. He's managed to almost half that advantage. It was around 1.1 seconds the last time we came around. Well, now He's looking up the inside and he boshes him out the way. Well, that's a little bit naughty from RN. The Taiwanese rider is taking it into his own hands there and completely nerfed the factory KTM man out of the way.
Well, if you can't get round him, just go through him. That is the old saying. And he's certainly done that then. So RN already given a reckless riding warning by race direction. No surprise there. But it is only a warning, so he's got away with it for now.
It's a lovely helmet he's got as well. Of course, these guys can design their own helmets in MotoGP 21. He's on brand as well as Eki goes. Very, very wide. He's going to lose out on second place there. Oh, he's just going to hold on, with Adam Ayman closing in on him. But that lead for RN now over a second. Yeah, on his helmet. That is a magnificent design, going for the Shinny Nakano style with the eyes at the front. But look at the small details, Jack. Of course, on the Monster Energy Yamaha machine, making sure he's on brand. He's even got the Monster logo on the side of the helmet. You've got to love stuff like that.
Yeah, you've got to be on brand. You've got to get the big bucks for all the Monster Energy sponsorships that you can. That is certainly the way to do things in the motorcycle racing world. Now, anyway, it looks as though Ike has recovered a little bit. He's already closed that gap in down to under 3/4 of a second. So quite remarkable from the KTM man that he's made two massive mistakes on this lap. And he's clawing back that gap. So we'll see if he's going to dish out a little bit of revenge, a dish best served cold, when he gets up to Aaron at the front. And then we're coming up to this point of the track where he got biffed so violently last time, and he's only 2 tenths behind. Here we go. This could be history repeating itself, but it looks as though he's going to take it nice and easy, keep it calm, and just close him down very, very gently indeed.
Thinks better of it there. I was in your mindset as well there, Gorst. I thought he's what? A quarter of a second back. He's definitely going to be lunging up the inside here. This is probably a better opportunity there as they charge the way down the back straight here. This is the perfect passing opportunity, but it looks as though Aaron out front has got a good drive out of turn 1 there, and he's going to hold on to the lead as we go into turn 2, turn 3. What do they call it here? Officially it's turn 3, I think, isn't it? There's a little bit of a kink just as they come out of turn 1, so officially it's turn 3.
Now that is a sweeping line there.
It is, of course. It's double apex at turn 3 as the Aprilia man comes from nowhere to take 6th spot. That, of course, is Hadi Reynaldi squeezing through ahead of MZ there. I'm not sure if Reynaldi is any relation to Michael Ruben Rinaldi.
Well, could be a long shot, but you never know. Oh, look at this. Battle for the lead is well and truly on. These two are glued together then, so Aaron's got work to do. He's got his competitor on the Red Bull KTM machine all over the exhaust pipe of that Yamaha M1. And it looks as though Ike is certainly lined up a move. Oh, big wheel spin there. Must have just got on the curb, spun it up a little bit. That's not going to help. It's going to increase those tyre temperatures. And as we know in the wet, that is all too crucial. You do not want those tyres turning into, as they so call it, chewing gum. Because when they turn into that, they just lose all their grip and stability.
Here comes Eki looking up the inside, but he's a long way back, no way through. Good work from Aaron. He's got it controlled on the brakes into the final corner there here in Thailand, and his lead across the line will be over half a second, so it's a good final sector from the Taiwanese rider there to be able to squeeze out a little bit more over Eki behind on the factory KTM machine. Sciafic Racer, meanwhile, fastest lap of the race again from the man on the Pramac racing machine. We did say on the opening lap it's going to be a tough challenge because the gap was over 5.5 seconds. Well, 3 laps later, he's managed to pull in 2 seconds and closed it down now to just over 3. So I wouldn't rule him out just yet. We're only at half race distance. So, especially if these two at the front start to go to war again, as we saw in the opening laps, that's a great, great chance. And you can just see him in the back of the picture as well. He's slowly but surely dragging himself into contention here. It's going to be a real challenge for him to get past these guys in front and take victory, but I won't rule him out just yet. He has got still a small chance at taking victory here. Meanwhile, these guys batting it over 6. The Aprilia and the Tectois are still going at it. Heidi Rinaldi and MZ, they've been inseparable throughout the opening half of this race, and it looks as though this is going to continue all the way to the checkered flag.
Yeah, it does. One of the things about this Buriram circuit is that it's certainly a place where there's plenty of overtaking opportunities. Sorry, I'll put my teeth back in. As you see, Ari has had a crash, so that's disaster for him. He was running up there in 5th place. He's going to lose 3 spots as we look back now from Hadi Rinaldi on the factory Aprilia to MZ and Pixel. Remember, Pixel was your pole man, but it all went terribly wrong on lap 1 as he got caught up in all the crashes that happened down at turn 3. So recovering, trying to get back to some sort of success that he obviously had in qualifying, but not quite finding it here in the race.
Into the opening corner we go then, and it's still Hadi Rinaldi leading the way in this battle for 5th. MZ, the Tech 3 man, now has company from Pixel. The Repsol Honda man is surely going to have a look. He's going to have to go the long way around here because MZ in front has gone defensive. Will that be an issue for Pixel? No, it's not. He's going to try and roll around the outside. Still MZ is going to try hold him off and does brilliantly as well. The pair are going to be side by side here, but it's Pixel that just about has his nose in front as we head up towards turn 4. Yeah, he's comfortably in front now, and the Repsol Honda man will take 6th spot away from MZ. At the front though, as MZ runs wide there, it still is RN leading the way. 7/10 of a second his advantage. A comfortable lead, you would have to say, at this point in the race. Eki still in contention now, although he is just slipping further and further backwards here, around the 10th a lap, which is not great for him. So I think great, so we said keep your eye on him. Well, unfortunately for the Pramac Racing man, he's not been able to close that gap any further. It got down to 3.2 seconds around a lap and a half ago, but it stayed constant at just over 3 seconds since then. So time starting to run out for the Pramac Racing man now.
Yeah, it seems as those top 3 have just settled into their pace and they're just clicking off the laps now as we come across to complete lap 6. On to lap 7 now, then 4 laps to go, and Ike is staring down the barrel of defeat if he can't get any closer than those 8/10 gap that he's got up until Aaron in front of him. It seems as though the Yamaha man has just got it figured out now. He was under pressure for a few laps there just a little while ago, but now certainly got it all under control. I say under control, the gap is only 7/10 still, but that is comfortable in MotoGP eSport terms as we look back to him now. Just running wide on the way into turn 3, but cutting it back very, very nicely indeed for a late apex, slingshotting onto the, well, is this the back straight? I'd say this is the back straight. Slingshotting onto the back straight, down into this fabulous corner, very, very fast left-hander, 3rd, 4th gear, depending on your gearing. Great corner to go throwing in there. If you remember a few years ago, Scott Reddin on the Aprilia, when he was on that in MotoGP, had a very, very fast crash there. I think it was the first year we went to the circuit. Just lost the front going in, and he certainly had a very warm backside after that one.
At the front though, still RN leading the way, 3/4 of a second his lead now as we see these guys continue to fight it out over 5th place it is. Hadi Rinaldi on the Aprilia leading the way, Pixel less than a second now adrift, MZ on the Tech 2, and we're on board with Ari TW of the Petronas Yamaha SRT squad, and he's closing in. Is the Petronas man onto the rear wheel of MZ. I think a move is going to be coming imminently here, potentially into the final corner as we flick left and then right, build our way up towards the final corner. He's got the run, he's got the inside line, and surely he's going to take 7th spot away. No, he's not. Hard on the brakes was MZ. He's going to go wide though. Yes, he is. There he is, high, wide, and handsome out with the final corner. And RETW will, there we go, take 7th spot away from the Tech 2 man.
Yeah, so classic Thailand move then. Down into the final corners. We see TW actually just run very, very wide indeed. So MZ's going to have to drive on the Tech 3 KTM, blast past him on the straight. He's still got to get it done on the, well, actually, RETW had the fastest lap there on the last lap around, 1:34.6, so great stuff from him. But MZ has fought back, as we do say, got the run on down into the straight, and he's just got it done on the brakes there as he's blocked him off on the exit as well. So great job getting back in front, but it seems as though that pressure is going to come back to him again as TW gets in the slipstream down into this very, very fast turn 4. Oh, big contact! Huge crash there. That is a mammoth place to crash. My, really do not want to crash there. But that does mean that RETW now is down to 9th, and that is any challenge of his well and truly up in smoke.
Yeah, if it's any consolation now, still has the fastest lap of the race and may well hold that to the line, a showcase of what he can do if things go his way. At the front, and for the first time in this race, Aaron's lead now over a second from Eki. Adam Ayman on the factory Ducati has slipped out of contention. He's 2 seconds adrift of this man here, Eki, in second, but it looks as though RN is going to romp towards victory in this Asia and Oceania regional final in the Rising Stars series. 1.1 seconds his advantage. Only 2 laps to go now for the factory Yamaha man, and that will help his cause as well. Eki making a mistake in the background at the opening corner, running wide, and that's another couple of attempts added to the Taiwanese rider's advantage here. A track limit warning as well going the way of Eki. Is all looking good for Aren, although he makes a mistake himself into turn 3 there. That just proves how difficult and dangerous these conditions can be. It only takes a split second, a momentary blip of concentration, and you can make a costly error. So he has to stay focused in these final 1.5 laps.
Yeah, he certainly does. Not long to go for him, and then he is home with a place in the 2022 Pro Draft in his name. But, as Jack says, he does need to remain focused, very focused indeed, because particularly in the wet, Thailand is a place that can catch you out very easily, because there are so many times when you come very close to those curbs. This is one place which is incredibly tight into this right-hander here. If you go in a bit too wide, look like he's done there, it's very easy to just catch the curb at the wrong way at the wrong time, and you can find yourself going skittling down the road. And it does look as though Ike's actually putting in a bit of a charge here. He's pulled that gap down from 1.5 seconds to 1 second. So is there a late charge coming as we fly down into the penultimate corner, sorry, the last corner for the second to last time? Here we go onto the final lap, and I absolutely screwed that one up.
You need to swap that around. Into the final corner for the penultimate time.
We go.
You went the other way around. So 1 lap to go here at the Chang International Circuit. 1.4 seconds now is Aren's lead over Eki second. Adam Ayman, the man we're on board with here, a comfortable 3rd place. Looks like it's going his way ahead of Sciafic Racer, who's just taken the fastest lap of the race on that last lap. He's only 1.2 seconds adrift of Adam Ayman now, so we could see a late charge for a podium for the Pramac Racing man. Hadi Rinaldi's there in 5th ahead of Saya Pixel, MZ, Atok Awesome, Ari TW and Tomo, and Sciafic Racer's charge, or late charge to pick up a podium place, has come to an end. A crash for the Pramac Racing man means that we should, with half a lap to go, have our podium finishers. But in what order, we will have to wait and see. It's currently Aren that has control of this one. 1.1 seconds is his lead into the closing stages of this one. Only a handful of corners remaining for the factory Yamaha man. It's all looking good for him so far. A place in the 2022 MotoGP eSport Pro Draft. He's so close. Can he hold on and take victory? We focus in on Adam Ayman. It's going to be 3rd for him, the factory Ducati man. A good performance as we go left and then right for one final time. 1 corner to go for Aren. He has to get this stopped, controlled, as precise as possible. It looks good to me. Into the final corner and out of it as well. A big wheelie over the line. The Taiwanese rider takes victory in the Asia and Oceania final and books himself a spot in the 2022 MotoGP eSport Pro Draft. A great performance from the factory Yamaha man, and a little bit of history as well, as we could have, or we will see in the Pro Draft at least, our first ever Taiwanese competitor. Great to see another nation represented in the MotoGP eSport World Championship. And we can confirm then that Aren has won your Asia and Oceania Rising Stars Series final, and as a result gets himself a golden ticket into the 2022 Pro Draft. Eki takes 2nd ahead of Adam Ayman in 3rd. Sciafic Racer, the fastest lap of the race with only 2 laps remaining, goes away the Pramac Racing man ahead of Hadi Rinaldi. Saya Pixel, the pole man, disappointment for the Repsol Honda man. I'm sure he was hoping for better than 6th spot, having taken pole, with MZ, Atok Awesome, Ari TW and our Aussie competitor Tomo completing the top 10. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you shortly.